Hello and welcome. So I wanted to give today an update to my travel anxiety video and what I've been doing lately to cope with it. And of course I make this video with the hope that if it helps a single person in the planet, then it was worth making. Simple as that. If it helps just one person is my aim. Now, I recently, as you guys probably know, got a new job and I've been there now for 2 weeks. And the journey to work was a lot more than before. So before, I only had to travel 10 minutes on a bus to get to work. It's very simple. But now I've got to take a train up to London. So the first sort of couple of days were difficult for me. But I want to explain to you how I was able to cope. And this goes out to any other travel anxiety sufferers in the world. Now, generally, I do everything I can to be relaxed. It's the most important thing. Relaxed in body, relaxed in mind. And ways I did manage to cope and helping with me, like in the first couple of days on the journey, was rather than take the train, which is literally right next to my house, I walked a mile or 20 minutes to the next stop. So got some fresh air, relaxed a little bit, you know, and I do that every morning now. It seems to be working out really well. And when you're on the train or you're doing the journey, whatever the journey may be, this is something I've learned recently, which has been working really well. If you're having those anxious thoughts, your stomach starts, you know, hurting, or your heart rate goes up or whatever, then let it happen. Just let it happen, because it will pass quickly, you know, and then it will come and go. Like for me personally, when I'm in that sort of anxious mode, it might come and go maybe 4 or 5 times in the space of, say, an hour, let's say. But it itself, that feeling only lasts a couple of minutes, and then it goes away for at least for a short time. And also as well, if you suppress those feelings, you try and hold it in and stop it happening, you actually make it worse. So that's the thing. Let it happen. You know, and just think to yourself, the more that you get into it, the more confident you get with it. You'll be like, you know, bring it on. I couldn't care less. Give me, you know, give me a break, you know. Hurt my stomach. I couldn't care less. I'm over this. And it passes quickly, and you get, you know, it's a relief when you can sort of fight your way through it, because it can build your self-confidence when dealing with this sort of stress. Now, there's other things to consider when you're doing a journey and you're anxious about it. There are the environmental issues. So for example, are you too hot? Is the weather too hot? Are you wearing too many layers, you know? Or are you too cold? Are you not wearing enough layers? You know, you're just shivering. Also as well, are you in desperate need of the toilet before you leave? You know, do you need to go do number 2 or something, you know? Try and plan your time so that you go to the toilet way before you leave. So not like the last minute. Try and make sure you go like 1 or 2 hours before, just to make sure that you have enough time to let the stress out before you leave. Now, something I do personally in the UK, which is also very helpful to me, is I make sure that I get onto the carriage of the train which has got the toilet on it, you know. And is like where I live in South London. The carriages which have toilets on them are clearly marked with like a red label on them, you know, so it's very easy to tell. Like, I don't know what it's like for the rest of you guys around the world, but you know, standing next to the toilet, you don't have to like flip and smell the flipping thing, but it can help you a lot. And I tell you why. It's because you can keep it in your brain that if anything goes wrong, if anything at all, you can go into it. It's right there. It's a few meters from you. And for me personally, that helps a huge amount. You know, that also builds up the confidence a bit when I'm in that sort of anxious mode, is knowing that the toilet is right there in case of emergency. And also as well, consider different other issues that you might have. So for example, you want to try and be relaxed. You know, that's the main thing. Keep calm. If your anxiety kicks up, let it happen. Breathe calmly. Do not hyperventilate. You know, do not allow yourself to hyperventilate. Just be calm. Try and relax your heart, relax your mode. And as well, there are other things which you can't control. Like, for example, me personally, one thing I suffer from is if I get a whiff of a lady's perfume, or there's a beautiful girl in front of me, or whatever, then my heart can start racing, which is the last thing I need in that mode. You know, I don't need that, but if it does happen, so be it, you know. So that it is a big thing. It is a huge issue, that when the anxiety kicks off, let it happen. And I'm talking about that from my own experience. Now, of course, I'm not medically qualified. It is very important to get medical professional help if you feel you need it, you know. But all I can do is share my experience with the hope that it will help. And other than that, you know, if you have to do that sort of new journey every day, it's a long journey, whatever, then keep that as security in your brain. The fact that you'll be doing this same journey potentially 10 times a week, you know, going there, coming back 5 times a week, you know. So even if a couple of days are a bit uncomfortable, so what? You know, it's like 1 week will go by, 2 weeks will go by, a month will go by, you won't even think about it anymore. So anyway, guys, that's it for this video. I could talk about it for a long time, but I will also link in the description my other video about my experiences with travel anxiety, and I hope this helps. Like I said, I'm sending out this video with the hope it helps either one person. If you have any experiences you would like to share, please let me know in the comments down below. I'm always interested to hear how other people respond to this. So thank you guys, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.